إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن نبينا محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا أما بعد. أرحب بكم جميعا أيها الأحبة. Once again I welcome all of you, hoping that you are all well and your loved ones and your family members. We continue بإذن ta'ala in this 25th night of this blessed month of Ramadan of the year 1445 of the Hijrah. We continue this Ramadan reminders number 8 tonight from Masjid ibad-ur-rahman in the city of Marietta, Georgia. I hope you are all well. I welcome all of you, those with us here at the masjid and those who are following on a Telegram and a Spreaker and the YouTube. Inshallah, we continue bringing these brief reminders about the importance of the Quran in our lives. Walhamdulillah. Tomorrow, inshallah, bi'idhnillah, we may talk about zakat, okay? Tomorrow, inshallah. A lot of people have been asking about zakat, especially zakat al-mal. We're going to, inshallah, do a session tomorrow for the zakat, inshallah. Bi'idhnillah ta'ala. We continue with the statement of Shaykh ibn Uthaymeen. قال الشيخ إذا رأيت من نفسك أنك كلما تلوت القرآن ازددت إيمانا فإن هذا من علامات التوفيق. He said, if you see from yourself that the more you recite the Quran, the more your faith increases, then this is from the signs of good and success. That's a good. أما إذا كنت تقرأ القرآن ولا تتأثر به فعليك بمداواة نفسك. He says, but if you are that person who reads the Quran, but you're not affected by it, then you have to examine and treat yourself. قال الشيخ لا أقول أن تذهب إلى المستشفى لتأخذ جرعة من حبوب أو مياه وغيرها، ولكن عليك بمداواة القلب، فإن القلب إذا لم ينتفع بالقرآن ولم يتعظ به فإنه قلب قاس مريض. The Shaykh says, when I say you have to examine yourself, you have to check yourself because you're sick, you have an illness. So I'm not saying you gotta go check yourself in a hospital so that the doctors may prescribe to you some medicine or something like that. Rather, he says you have to check your heart. You have to check your heart. Something is wrong with your heart if it's not affected by the Quran. He says, because if a person who recites Quran, listens to the Quran, around the Quran, and is not affected by it, that means that a person's heart is sick or hard. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us and help us. Ameen. قال ابن القيم رحمه الله تعالى, one of the great imams of the Imam of the Muslimin, he says, القلب الطاهر لكمال حياته ونوره وتخلصه من الأدران والخبائث لا يشبع من القرآن ولا يتغذى إلا بحقائقه ولا يتداوى إلا بأدويته، أي أدوية القرآن، بخلاف القلب الذي لم يطهره الله تعالى فإنه يتغذى من الأغذية التي تناسبه بحسب ما فيه من النجاسة، فإن القلب النجس كالبدن العليل المريض لا تلائمه الأغذية التي تلائم الصحيح. سبحان الله. This Ibn al-Qayyim brings some profound statements. He says, the pure heart, and may Allah make our hearts like that, he said, due to its complete life and light that's in it, and it being free from filth and evil, does not get enough of the Quran. That's a sign of a good heart, does not get enough of the Quran. Constantly reading the Quran, contemplating on the Quran, pondering on the Quran, wants to read more Quran, memorize the Quran. does not get enough of the Quran and is not nourished except by its truth, the truth that is in the Quran, and is not treated except by its treatment. Because Allah tells us Quran is a treatment, is a shifa, is a healing and shifa. In contrast to the heart that Allah the Most High has not purified, for this heart is only nourished by nourishments that are in accordance to what is in it of filth. Thus the filthy heart is like the diseased body, a body that is have a disease. That which nourishes it is not like that which nourishes the healthy body. Doesn't benefit. Look, when a person is sick, he doesn't eat the regular foods. He can't. Likewise, those who have sick hearts, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us all, ameen, you will see that they don't want to hear the Quran. When the Quran is recited, they don't. Some people get some type of way. Why is the Quran? Some people, they even say when they hear the Quran or somebody reading the Quran, they say somebody died. Because they think that the Quran is recited only for the dead people. I see some brothers, they know what I'm talking about. Sometimes it happens in some countries, Muslim countries, if somebody is doing Quran and playing Quran, people knock at the door. Somebody died? No, nobody died. Why your Quran is on? Why the Quran is on? We listen to the Quran. They think that the Quran is to be recited only when somebody died. نسأل الله السلامة والعافية. نعم. Ibn al-Qayyim رحمه الله also said, كان أهل القرآن هم العالمون به والعاملون بما فيه وإن لم يحفظوه عن ظهر قلب. Ibn al-Qayyim رحمه الله in his great book Zad al-Ma'ad, these quotes are from this great book Zad al-Ma'ad. It's translated into English, Provision for the Hereafter. It's translated, it's a great book, Zad al-Ma'ad. He says, the people of the Quran are those who they have knowledge of its verses because they study. They attend the classes of tafsir, they study from the works and the books of the ulama of Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah, and they make efforts to understand and implement what Quran contains, even if they have not memorized it by heart. These are the people of Quran. So the people of those that they says these Quran, these are the people of the Quran, meaning they have respect for the Quran. That's why they read it a lot and they try to understand and comprehend what's in the Quran because they believe that the Quran was revealed to them, not to anybody else, and it's not revealed for entertainment or to hang in a chain around your neck like some ignorant do, or to beautify your living room with Ayat al-Kursi in a heavy, frame. And we mentioned that if that frame falls on someone, it might send him in the hospital. But you know how many people are going to say, subhanAllah, he got killed by Ayat al-Kursi. No, he's not killed by Ayat al-Kursi. Subhanallah. Ayat al-Kursi is not to be hanged on the walls. It's to be in the heart. You memorize it, you read it a lot, you know what's in it from knowledge, and you implement it. Now you find on the other side, on the other hand, you find some people, they memorize the whole Quran, but they commit shirk. The whole Quran. So these are the people of the Quran. They memorize it, mashallah, the recitation beautiful, but they committed shirk. They are upon innovations. Most certainly these are not the people of Quran. The people of Quran, may Allah make us and you from them, ameen. They are those who they learn it. They want to know. Even if they don't memorize it. Memorizing it is good. But even if they don't memorize it, they learn. Every ayah they will know why it's revealed, what's the ahkam in it, what Allah wants us to do in this ayah and the other one. Nah. Shaykh al-Albani rahimahullah, one of the great scholars of our time, the like of Shaykh bin Baz and Shaykh al-Uthaymeen and Shaykh Muqbil and others, he says, فَتَعْظِيمُ كَلَامِ اللَّهِ بِاتِّبَاعِهِ وليس بتقبيل أوراقه وبزخرفة صفحاته. Subhanallah. One of the great scholars of our time, Sheikh Al-Albani, Muhammad Nasir al-Din al-Albani, he was from Albania, but he's not an Arab, but he excelled in Arabic language, in grammar, in hadith, mainly in aqidah, in all the field, and he became one of the great scholars of our times. Because it was something like a war when he was young, very young, a child. And his father, mashallah, he took them and moved to Syria, to Asham, applying a hadith of the Prophet ﷺ. Because he learned that there is a hadith, that's the best place to be. And that's when he went and took his family over there. And that's how Shaykh Al-Albani, rahimahullah, grew up in a Muslim country. And Allah wants good for him, and he began to study. And he spent a lot of time in the library. In Damascus, they have one of the biggest library. They have books that you never heard of. We never heard of. He used to go there because he loved knowledge. He used to go there, wait for them to open the door. The library, right? How many of us here made it to the library at least once in his lifetime? You've been to the library before? I'm not talking when you were in the 6th grade and your mom made you go there. I'm talking after you graduate and you have a job. How many times you went to the library and tried to read a book? And even if we go there for 20 minutes, half an hour, and this sheikh, he used to go there before they open. When they come and open, he's the first one there. And he stays there until they go to him and say, hey, we're about to close. Like 7, 8 p.m., we're about to close. And he used to say, would you please give me a few more minutes? I have to finish this. They end up giving him a key. Subhanallah. Look at this himma. And you think knowledge comes just like that? Subhanallah. You gotta put some time and some efforts. Likewise, doctors, you think just a doctor, they look at him and say, oh, you're gonna be a doctor tomorrow? No. They work hard. An engineer work hard. A teacher. Everything that you do, you're going to work hard for it. What this great Imam says, he says, the veneration and the great respect for the speech of Allah is achieved by implementing it. That's how you know someone has respect for the book of Allah or not. By acting upon its teachings. Someone who's memorize the whole Quran and commit shirk, this person have respect for the Quran? No, he doesn't have no respect for the Quran. Someone who memorized the whole Quran, recite with beautiful voice, but he's following innovations and endorsing innovations and pushing forward innovation. This person have no respect for the Quran nor the Sunnah. Because if they do have respect for Quran and Sunnah, they will hate innovations and would not get angry when someone warns against innovations. Bil'aks, they will say, Jazakallah khairan, because this innovation takes us away from the path of Allah. Innovation is not going to get you to the deen of Allah, to the Jannah. It takes you out of the path of Allah. Nas'Allah. So he says, the respect and veneration of the speech of Allah, the Quran, is achieved by implementing it, acting upon it, and not by kissing its pages. Sometimes if you see a person, they're like, man, they have great respect for the Quran, and then you say, Ya Jailani, Ya Jailani, Ya Baba Farid, Ya Bamba, Ya Hussein. This person really, he respects the Quran just by kissing it? Subhanallah. Or by adorning its covers. Come back, Al-Imam al-Nawawi, one of the great Imams of our time, also he says, Imam al-Nawawi, you know him, he has his great books like Sharh Sahih Muslim. He has Sharh Sahih Muslim, and he has a Tahdhib, he has other books, famous books. Who can give me one famous books that Imam al-Nawawi compiled? Naam? Al-Arba'in al-Nawawiyya. Naam? Riyad Salihin. What else? Say it again. Very good. Riyad Salihin. He didn't say it as better than him because he said it first. Now, Alright, that's your homework. Find 3 more books that Imam al-Nawawi rahimahullah ta'ala has mentioned. He says, اعلم أن قراءة القرآن آكد الأذكار كما قدمنا فينبغي المداومة عليها فلا يخلي عنها يوما وليلة ويحصل له أصل القراءة بقراءة الآيات القليلة. He said, you should know that reciting the Quran is the most established of the adhkar. For the adhkar, as we have mentioned, he says, it is incumbent to be perseverant upon it, meaning not just read whenever you want. And sometimes, look, we're in Ramadan, we read the Quran a lot, but what's going to happen to some of us? I don't want to say many of us. What's going to happen to some of us after Ramadan? We're just going to put the book again on the shelf until the next Ramadan? So it is not neglected, the Quran, a single day or a night. And the foundation of recitation is attained by reciting just a few verses. If you cannot, now in Ramadan, mashallah, you're supposed to exert more efforts in Ramadan, especially in the last 10 nights. Some people, they read maybe 3, 4, 5 juz a day, maybe more than that. Jazakumullahu khairan. May Allah give him tawfiq and all of us, ameen. But then after Ramadan, continue to read. Even if you read 1 page, 2 pages. But make sure you read every day. Just like when a doctor tell you, look, man, you got some issues, but I'm going to give you some medicine, but beside this medicine, man, I don't want you to be on these medicines for a long time. But you're going to help me and help yourself. What should I do? You need to exercise. You need to do 45 minutes of walking. And if you have some weights, carry some weights, some push-ups, some pull-ups, some burpees. Some people know what burpees are. It's not easy to do, but okay. But he says, but you need to do this. People usually they care about their health, right or wrong. What about the heart? And they're gonna do. The doctor say 45. They're gonna do 60 minutes. They're gonna even overdo it. But the doctor will tell them, if you cannot do 45 minutes because you're busy, you're days, you don't have time, do 15 minutes, man. Every day, do at least 10, 15 minutes if you cannot do 45 minutes. That's good for you. It's better than nothing. Likewise, when it comes to Quran, it's good for your soul, for your heart. Read as much as you can. Remind one another to read the Quran. Barakallahu fikum. أسأل الله لنا ولكم التوفيق والسداد وأن يرزقنا جميعا الثبات. أسأل الله أن يتقبل منا ومنكم الصلاة والصيام والقيام. May Allah accept from us the fasting, the standing, and all. May Allah reward you, all those who have been, alhamdulillah, helping, especially in the masjid for iftar, providing food. Jazakumullah khairan, barakallahu fikum. Just remember why we're doing all of these things in Ramadan. We're doing it for who? For Ramadan or for the Lord of Ramadan? So inshallah, the Lord of Ramadan is the Lord of Shawwal, and Al-Qa'dah, and Al-Hijjah, and Al-Muharram, and Safar, and Rabi' al-Awwal, and Rabi' al-Thani, and Jumad al-Ula, Jumad al-Akhirah, and Rajab, and Sha'ban, and Ramadan. That's the same Lord of all months. The Lord of Friday is the Lord of Sunday and Saturday. So if we are doing it now, we can do it, inshallah. Barakallahu fikum. Wa sallallahu wa sallam ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam tasliman kathira.